All right, what's up, everyone? This is the watch list video for Thursday, May 5th. As I always do, starting off with the daily on the SPY, and we had a massive rip higher today. And this, I said in chat near the end of the day, I didn't want to talk about it during the session because I was too aggravated, but I'll talk about it now. I said I was going to make a couple comments about today. I've never liked trading FOMC days. For the reasons I gave, I think, in last night's video, right? A lot of times it's really dead in the morning, then you get chaos in the afternoon, and it's unpredictable. Well, let me show you 5-minute candles from today. So it was just what I said. This was all day yesterday, and then look what happens. All day today, up until the meeting, up until the announcement, straight sideways, total chop. And then you get the initial push, and everyone, we can kind of watch it as it unfolds. So now there's the big volume. I guess they announced half a point increase, which everyone knew was coming. And then it starts rolling over, then a bounce, and then watch this. It goes to the low of day, or almost. I mean, within a smidge of the low of day. So this is just completely unpredictable. And imagine getting short, SPY or anything to do with the market right there, thinking, okay, the longs failed, the secondary attempt failed. This is an obvious short. Believe me, I don't trade them. I do not trade the SPY on FOMC days, or almost ever anyway. But then look what happens. And it goes to high day, and you think, okay, it's topped. No, it just climbed into the close. And I think the Dow was up close to 1,000 points by the end of the day. That's a great move for the market, and I'm happy for everyone who's made money long and all that. But my problem is, to me, this was untradeable. And then when it finally does get to the high of day, when it's like this, you still don't really believe it, and then it keeps climbing, and you think, well, should I fade it? And I just didn't do anything. So basically, watch the Dow. I don't know what the Dow was when it was down here. I don't know if it was flat or even red, but I watched the Dow climb 700-800 points over the course of 45 minutes with this incredibly stupid look on my face and did nothing. So even even if I was right about the whippiness, your neighbors know you're a day trader and they see the Dow's up. It looks like there it is, 932 points. Oh, I bet Mike did well today. I had an okay morning, but I did nothing for the entire afternoon rally. So it's always aggravating when the market makes you feel like an idiot, which I should say. To be fair, the market makes me feel like an idiot almost every day. Even when I have a good day, there's always something. I look back and say, oh man, why did I do that? Or why didn't I stay long this one? Or why did I buy this? You never, because we're trading the unknown, you never end a day without feeling stupid. But anyway, I hate FOMC days. And to top it off, it makes finding stocks to watch for the next day kind of difficult too, because as a general rule, everything runs together when the overall market's running. So a lot of charts look similar, but I do think I've done a decent job of finding a few good ones. So anyway, real quick, I want to show you VERU. Brian V in the chat room kind of gave everyone a heads up when it looked probably about like this. And so let me zoom in. And so I looked at it. I saw his post. I looked at it and said, wow, it topped at exactly 9. We like that. It doesn't really have that wide of a range on the day. So I said over the mic, I agree with Brian. I think this is worth a shot over 9, but I would have never seen it if it wasn't for Brian V. And so it breaks 9, and look at that, it goes up all the way to what, 10, 15. Then that's an A+ setup on on an FOMC day that was completely unrelated. It all happened before the the afternoon chaos. The reason I liked it though is because for one, it's a recent high flyer. 2, a company just put out a short report on it a couple days ago. And they were pretty successful because it slapped down pretty good. So for me, I said this to the chat room. I said, I thought about putting this on Bounce Watch anyway, but I didn't. And then Brian posted that great setup. So anyway, the breakthrough 9. And by the way, oftentimes when you get a big short report out on a company and it does get slapped down, those are kind of primed for a decent bounce too, because a lot of people chase those short without any thought. And those are the ones that chase it late that end up covering on that, like on that break of 9 today. So anyway, nice heads up by Brian V. I also called DWAC early today, and it was probably my best trade of the day. I called it was actually early, before the big move. I called an opening range breakout, which is just over 47.10. A seller showed up at 47, and I actually liked it better through 47 at that point. But over the course of 6 or 7 minutes, it went from the 47.10 to 47.92. So pretty easy to make a little money there if you took it, and I did. That was probably my biggest winner of the day. but still aggravated because the market's big rip and I didn't participate in the afternoon. All right, anyway, what are we watching for tomorrow? ACON, just a recent IPO, strong day, and kind of interesting in that it topped out right around the half, 251 actually. So I want to watch that for any kind of follow-through day. AMD had the gap up. Look what it did intraday though. Gap up and sold off all morning, and then ended up with the entire market running, making it all the way back through the high of day. So then you look at the daily and you say, wow, big volume, topped right below 100. This is kind of interesting tomorrow, right? OTLY, nice volume, strong close, and topped right at the whole number 4. So that makes it a little more interesting to me. BLTE, it's only been trading for 4 days. You had the big rip on opening day, then the gap down. Next thing you know, it works. That's not an errant tick, by the way. We traded this one, and it went all the way to 1565 yesterday, and then today puts in an inside day, but holding up pretty well. So I want to watch that one for a potential long setup tomorrow. ENVX had the big rip yesterday, inside day today, looking for a third day play there. EHTH, which is, I guess, eHealth, I think. Nice breakout today out of this, 2 or 3 week range. Pretty strong volume. I'm going to watch that for a follow-through day tomorrow. Topped out, let's see, at 1148. So way off of its highs, but certainly worth watching for a potential long setup. LTHM, I believe had earnings. This is a lithium play. Big volume and went out right at the highs. I'm going to look for a follow-through day there. But speaking of lithium, in after hours, somebody in the chat room, so I'm sort of taking their word for it, somebody in the chat room said ALB, another lithium play. So again, I didn't look it up. I'm taking their word for it that this is a lithium play. Had earnings in after hours, as did, I just showed you that LTHM. So you got lithium plays really strong. And then as I'm talking to you, this is trading at $250 in after hours. So lithium plays certainly on watch tomorrow. So I'm going to watch ALB for a potential gap play, and LTHM for potential follow through. But I also thought I'd throw this one on, which isn't a pretty chart, but it's LITM, and it's a low float lithium play. So I'm going to watch this for any kind of long setup tomorrow, especially if the others that I just mentioned are running. A couple more. CYN, big move here. And now you got 3 days down the road, close to the 20-day. Pretty handsome setup for a potential bounce play. And I say potential because it's got to meet our intraday parameters on what we teach you guys in the chat room, right, to look for as far as a bounce play setup. And then lastly, one more gapper in addition to ALB that's going to be gapping in the morning. HYMC apparently reported after hours. And this is the gold miner, I believe, that the AMC chairman took a stake in, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, this is trading at $1.77 right now as I'm talking to you in after hours. So potential gapper there as well, and we'll follow our gap play rules while watching that one tomorrow. I'm done babbling. I'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.